Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing fine. So in this video, I'm going to review Twisted Book series by Ana Huang. I was going to make separate videos for each book, but then I ended up making one video for the whole series. I hope this video will be helpful to you to choose your book series. I started Twisted series at the end of December and completed it at the starting of January. Well, I know I'm very late to upload this review because I almost wasted 1 week just to decide if I should make one whole series book review or I should make separate videos. Well, here it is. This book series follows four couples. The things that make them these books connected is the female characters, because the female characters of this book are best friends. It can be read as a standalone, but I would suggest if you really want to read this series, then it will be better if you go in the order. In that way, you will get to know more about each and every character and choose your favorite book of the series. Male characters in this book are powerful, possessive, and morally grey. So if you like all this type of male characters, then you should definitely try this book. So I'll go one by one from book 1 to book 4. Then at the end, I will decide which is my most favorite and which is my least favorite book of this series. Before getting started, if you want to know separate reviews of all the books, then you can check out my blog Biblio journal. I have uploaded detailed review of these books, and if you have some triggers, then you should definitely check out the trigger warnings of this book, because every book has many triggering things, so it will be better if you check warnings before reading them. Those trigger warnings are also available on my reviews, so you can check that out on my blog. So do check that out after watching the video. There's mixed reaction of people for this book series. Some really love this series and some literally hate this series. Well, I am kind of mixed of both opinions, but I'm 10% more toward like I like this book. Just 10% more, not more, because I have so much problems, but still I like reading it. So yeah. The first book in the series is Twisted Love, that follows Ava and Alex, and this book has Grumpy Sunshine trope and also Brothers Best Friend trope. So the Alex had to look after his best friend Josh's younger sister Ava, because Josh is moving to another city and he wants someone to look after Ava because of their traumatic childhood experiences. Alex is grumpy and cold person. He's also very rich and powerful, also CEO of his own company. And Ava is warm person and sunshine type of girl who's trying to become a photographer. So these opposite personalities get attracted to each other. Alex has his own intentions and past stories that is very important in the book. So of course I'm not going to reveal that. My favorite part of this book was the Operation Emotion that the girls did on Alex. That scene was just amazing and I was laughing the whole time. And this book is not well detailed. Like, there are huge time jumps in the book. Why? I don't understand, because I don't want to just, listen to what he did, but actually want to see the actions. The time jump was really a disappointing thing in the book. And also, Alex was not that impressive. Like, he was all over the social media. Many people were saying that he is his book crush. But to be honest, you like that person in book as a fictional character, it's okay, but book crush or like in real life, that's quite questionable according to me. But of course, everybody has their preferences. I'm not going to say that he is not that impressive that people were saying on the reels or book talk or anywhere. The story is good, it was enjoyable read, that's why I kept reading it. So it was not that bad, but also not that good. The next book in the series is Twisted Games. So Brigid is a real princess in the book, and when her bodyguard goes on leave, she is appointed another bodyguard who is Rise Larson. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, because it's very confusing, because many people are saying different. Anyway, now Brigid's brother is stepping down from the crown for love. So Brigid has to take over the country as a queen, but she has to get married to a royal before her coronation, because the kingdom and the system thinks that the non-married queen without a husband is not enough powerful to run a country. All those misogyny. So it's very interesting to read like how they solve this problem, because of course she doesn't want to get married to just anyone. She wants to marry Rice and he wants to marry her. So it's very, whole princess and Romeo save me, I don't wanna be alone, some kind of thing. All the princess vibe is very amazing in the book. I really love that thing. And Rice is very strict bodyguard. He wants rules to be followed very strictly, which has caused many snapping and tension between Brigade and Rice, which is very fun to read. I love Brigade. She is literally queen without a crown. If you love strong FMC, then you should definitely try this book. The female character Brigade has really took the limelight in the book, and Rice was not that impressive. It was kind of boring sometimes. I don't know. I just felt that Brigade is a real princess, and she made me feel like yeah, she is a real princess, but Rice, on the other hand, he was just like a fictional character. Because of that, he was very hard to imagine as a real person. Again, in this book, there's a huge time jump, and of course, I didn't like that because I want to know how their relationship developed for all those years when he was her bodyguard and she was princess. But also, I wanted more scenes of the girls together because in the first book they were so impressive when they are together. It was very fun to read, but in this book there wasn't much about them. So that was kind of I was expecting and wanted, but I didn't get that. But this one was definitely better than the first book. So yeah. So the next book in the series is Twisted Hate. So this is enemies to lover trope and also sister's best friend and best friend's brother trope. So the Josh doesn't like Jules because he sees her as a kind of bad influence for his sister, and Jules also doesn't like Josh because he had judged her in the past. He's always mean to her, and Jules is preparing for her bar exams and Josh is a doctor, but somehow they both end up working at the same place, and they both also had little bit attraction towards each other, so they both get into the arrangement thing with one major rule, that is absolutely no falling in love with each other. Jules also has past and that is now in front of her and how she handles those things, and there are also so much going on in this book in relation to the series. Like you will see many appearances and all in which are not just related to the book but to related to the whole series. I love the banter between Jules and Josh. They were hilarious, to be honest, and I was kind of also expecting that after reading the previous two books because they were always snapping at each other, doing banter, saying things to each other, which was very funny to read. Jules is also one of my favorite characters. She is so carefree, or you can say careless, but she is very funny and very I don't know. She is literally feels like one of the main character of the series. Josh is the most human male character in this book. Like others were very extreme kind of people, but he was more human male character in this series. I didn't like the way he treated Jules when he get to know about the truth. Like it was just so bad. It just pissed me off because how can a main character react like that? I was like, this is not how a main character should react. It was totally negative and it made Luke Jules so stupid for being with him. Christian Harper made his appearance in this book by reducing Jules and Stella's rant, which was sweet, and his appearance in this book made me like him, and I wanted to read fourth book as soon as possible after reading him in this book. Josh and Alex's friendship is really shown in the book. Like it was missing from Twisted Love Alex books, but in this book you can see how their friendship is. To be honest, I left this book in the middle of around 200 pages and because I was just so pissed at this book and I wasn't liking it. I wasn't enjoying the story. I wasn't liking it. But then I was like, okay, I want to read the fourth book. So I was like, just finish this one. Again started reading it. It was good and enjoyable read, but of course, I was still pissed at the book and Josh, of course. The fourth and the last book in the series is Twisted Lies. This book is longer and more detailed than any of the previous books, and it is slow burn, like the slow burn that literally killed me, to be honest. Stella is a fashion influencer and Christian Harper is CEO of one of the best security company. So they both get into contact of fake dating, which will help both of them in their professional lives. Stella has a stalker and Christian also has many problems going on within his company. So there are so much things that you have to look out in this book. He loves her but he is in denial and there are many lies in this relationship. That's why this book's name is Twisted Lies. Stella is very relatable person and it was very interesting to read about her because there wasn't much things about her in the previous book, so she was a very mysterious person, but reading about her in this book made me fall in love with her and her character. And Christian Harper is definitely one of my favorite male character in this book series. It could have been Josh if he hadn't treated Jules the way he did, but now it's Christian Harper, no doubt. I like their chemistry, like even if they were fake dating or they were in actual relationship. There are so many scenes of them with their friends, like all of them are very hilarious. Josh getting jealous of Christian, Christian getting jealous of Mr. Unicorn, and Rise teasing Christian and Alex with his as usual cold behavior. So they were very amazing. I was expecting more of girls relationship and scenes, but their scenes were also very hilarious and very fun to read. One thing that I didn't like in this was there are so many things going on at the same time and also revealed almost at the same time. And the revelation of Stalker was kind of disappointing. Like, you should drop some hints and yeah, this person can be Stalker, or yeah, this person was there when this thing happened, so he could be the stalker. So there was nothing like that, just this is a stalker, this is what he did, why he did, done. Of course, this book is more longer than the previous books because of course this book has more detail, and also this is last in the series, and it also has epilogue which you're gonna love it after completing the whole series. And also all the characters made their appearances in this book, and not just for short time but for a long period of time, and it has also shown how their lives are now. The series is wrapped up very nicely in this book. I have so many problems with this series, but at the same times I like this series. I enjoy reading it. I had very good time after reading it. So now is the time that I'm going to rate which book is my most favorite and which is my least favorite. So the first one, my favorite, is Twisted Rise, no doubt. Second is Twisted Games because it has more story and all those princess vibes. Fourth is Twisted Hate, even though I didn't like the way Josh reacted. If you remove just that part, then the whole book was very nice. And the last and the fourth is Twisted Love, which I didn't like because it was very less detailed, and then I have more problem with that book than I love this book. That book. My main problem with this series is the male characters. Like they are all overly possessive, to be honest, and people on the internet romanticize all those things. To be honest, 90% of them will not like those things when that happened in real life. But of course, if you like those book things just in the book, then of course, yeah, I also like reading about all those things in the book, but in real life, just it's a big no. So this was my review of Twisted series. I hope this video helped you to choose if you want to read this series or not. And if you ask me, if you like reading spicy romance book that has male characters that are powerful, alpha, rich, morally grey, then you can definitely go ahead and try this book. Do let me know your opinions and your favorite book in the comment section. And don't forget to check out my blog, and do follow me on Instagram. I'm very much active there, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will be able to see more of the content that I post on everywhere, because I share all the things that I post on blog, all on YouTube. I share them on my stories, so you will get to know about everything that I post on Instagram. So it's better to follow me on Instagram. And if you enjoyed this video, then do give it a thumbs up. And also there are so many ideas that I have right now for this BookTube channel. So if you don't want to miss on that, then do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified. Stay tuned and see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye. I learned this new art.